Do you wake up in the middle of the night with excruciating leg cramps that make you scream in pain? Have you ever been jolted awake at 2 a.m. by a muscle spasm so intense it feels like someone is stabbing your calf with a hot knife? If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. Millions of people over 50 experience these painful nighttime leg cramps, and today I'm going to share with you a simple 3-ingredient tea that has helped thousands of seniors not only stop these cramps but actually strengthen their leg muscles in the process. My name is Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and I've been helping seniors maintain their mobility and independence for over 20 years. What I'm about to share with you isn't some miracle cure or expensive supplement. It's a traditional herbal remedy that combines 3 powerful ingredients that work together to address the root causes of leg cramps while simultaneously building strength in your leg muscles. But before we dive into this life-changing tea recipe, let me ask you something. How many times this week have you been afraid to go for a walk because you're worried about getting a cramp? How many times have you avoided climbing stairs or even getting up from your chair quickly because you're scared? Your legs might seize up? If muscle cramps are controlling your life and limiting your activities, then you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. The tea I'm going to teach you how to make today contains nettle leaf, chamomile, and fresh ginger. These 3 ingredients work synergistically to provide your muscles with essential minerals, reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and relax muscle fibers. But here's what makes this tea truly special for people over 50. It doesn't just mask the symptoms of leg cramps, it actually addresses the underlying causes while helping to rebuild muscle strength that naturally declines with age. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Another herbal remedy that promises the world but delivers nothing. I understand your skepticism, and that's exactly why I'm going to explain not just what this tea does, but exactly how it works in your body, when to drink it for maximum effectiveness, and what signs to look for that tell you it's working. I'm also going to share some important safety information and tell you who should avoid this remedy or modify it for their specific health conditions. But first, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning after sleeping, through the entire night without a single cramp. Imagine walking to your mailbox, climbing those stairs, or playing with your grandchildren without that nagging fear in the back of your mind that your legs might betray you. Imagine having the confidence to take that evening stroll you've been avoiding, or to join that senior walking group you've been thinking about. This isn't just a dream, it's entirely possible, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make it happen. The reason leg cramps become so common as we age has to do with several factors that compound over time. First, our bodies become less efficient at maintaining proper mineral balance. Specifically, we tend to have lower levels of magnesium, potassium, and calcium, the 3 minerals that are absolutely crucial for proper muscle function. When these minerals are depleted, even slightly, our muscles become hyperexcitable and prone to cramping. Second, as we age, our circulation naturally slows down. This means less oxygen and fewer nutrients are delivered to our muscle tissues, while waste, products like lactic acid, aren't cleared away as efficiently. This creates the perfect environment for muscle cramps to develop, especially in the legs where circulation is fighting against gravity. Third, many medications commonly prescribed to people over 50 can actually increase the risk of leg cramps. Diuretics, blood pressure medications, statins, and even some antibiotics can deplete essential minerals or interfere with normal muscle function. If you're taking any of these medications, don't worry. I'll show you how to work with your doctor to safely incorporate this tea into your routine. Fourth, dehydration becomes more common with age. Our kidneys don't concentrate urine as efficiently as they used to, and our sense of thirst diminishes. Even mild dehydration can trigger muscle cramps, especially when combined with the other factors I've mentioned. Finally, many people over 50 become less active due to fear of injury or simply because they feel less energetic. This creates a vicious cycle. Less activity leads to weaker muscles, which makes you more prone to injury and cramps, which makes you even less likely to stay active. The tea I'm going to teach you about helps break this cycle by providing the nutritional support your muscles need while giving you the confidence to gradually increase your activity level. Now, let me introduce you to the 3 heroes of our anti-cramp tea. The first ingredient is nettle leaf, and I want you to forget everything you might think you know about nettles being just a bothersome weed. Nettle leaf is one of nature's most potent sources of bioavailable minerals. It contains high levels of potassium, magnesium, calcium, and iron in forms that your body can easily absorb and use. But here's what makes nettle leaf particularly special for people dealing with leg cramps. It contains these minerals in the exact ratios that your muscles need. Unlike synthetic supplements that can sometimes cause imbalances, nettle provides a gentle, steady supply of minerals that your body recognizes and utilizes efficiently. Many of my patients notice a reduction in nighttime cramps within just a few days of starting to drink nettle tea regularly. Nettle leaf also contains compounds called flavonoids that help reduce inflammation in muscle tissue. Chronic low-grade inflammation can make muscles more sensitive and prone to cramping. So, by reducing this inflammation, nettle helps create an environment where your muscles can function normally. The second ingredient in our tea is chamomile. And while most people think of chamomile as just a gentle sleep aid, it's actually a powerful anti-spasmodic herb. This means it has the ability to relax muscle fibers and prevent the involuntary contractions that cause cramps. Chamomile contains compounds called apigenin and bisabolol that work directly on muscle tissue to promote relaxation. But chamomile does something else that's crucial for people dealing with nighttime leg cramps. It improves sleep quality. Poor sleep and muscle cramps create another vicious cycle. Cramps wake you up, which means you don't get proper deep sleep, which makes your muscles more prone to cramping the next night. Chamomile helps break this cycle by promoting deeper, more restorative sleep while simultaneously relaxing your muscles. The third ingredient, fresh ginger, might surprise you. While most people think of ginger as a digestive aid, it's actually one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compounds available. Ginger contains gingerols and shogaols that help reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in muscle tissue. But for our purposes, ginger's most important property is its ability to improve circulation. Ginger helps dilate blood vessels and improve blood flow to the extremities, which means more oxygen and nutrients reach your leg muscles, while waste products are cleared away more efficiently. This improved circulation not only helps prevent cramps but also supports the muscle-building process, helping you maintain and even build strength in your legs as you age. Now that you understand why these 3 ingredients work so well together, let me give you the exact recipe for making this powerful anti-cramp tea. For 1 large cup, which is about 10 to 12 ounces, you'll need 1 heaping teaspoon of dried nettle leaves, 1 teaspoon of dried chamomile flowers, and 3 to 5 thin slices of fresh ginger root. If you can't find fresh ginger, you can substitute half a teaspoon of dried ginger powder, but fresh is definitely preferred for maximum effectiveness. Here's how to prepare it properly. Bring your water to just under a boiling point. You want it hot but not actively bubbling, as boiling water can destroy some of the beneficial compounds in these herbs. Pour the hot water over your herbs in a large mug or teapot. Cover it and let it steep for 8 to 10 minutes. This longer steeping time is crucial because it allows the minerals from the nettle to fully extract into the water. After steeping, strain out the herbs and add a slice of fresh lemon and a teaspoon of honey if desired. The lemon adds vitamin C, which helps with mineral absorption, and the honey provides natural sugars that can help prevent nighttime hypoglycemia, which is another potential trigger for leg cramps. However, if you're diabetic, skip the honey and just use the lemon. You can also prepare this tea cold if you prefer. For cold preparation, use room temperature water and let the herbs steep for 4 to 6 hours in the refrigerator. This cold Extraction method actually preserves more of the heat-sensitive compounds in chamomile while still extracting the minerals from the nettle. For maximum convenience, I recommend preparing a larger batch. You can make enough for 2 to 3 days by tripling the recipe and storing it in the refrigerator for up to 72 hours. Just reheat individual servings as needed, or drink it cold. Now, timing is everything when it comes to using this tea for maximum effectiveness. If you suffer primarily from nighttime leg cramps, drink 1 cup about 90 minutes to 2 hours before bedtime. This timing allows the minerals to be absorbed and the chamomile to begin its relaxing effects just as you're preparing for sleep. If you experience cramps during physical activity or walking, drink a cup 30 to 45 minutes before you plan to exercise or go for a walk. The improved circulation from the ginger and the mineral support from the nettle will help prevent exercise-induced cramps. For general muscle support and cramp prevention, I recommend starting with 1 to 2 cups per day for the first 2 weeks, then assessing how you feel. Many people find that 1 cup per day is sufficient for maintenance once their mineral levels have been restored and their circulation has improved. But here's something crucial that most people don't realize. This tea doesn't just prevent cramps, it actually helps strengthen your leg muscles over time. Here's how this works. When your muscles aren't constantly dealing with mineral deficiencies and poor circulation, they can function more efficiently. This means you can be more active without fear of cramping, which naturally leads to stronger muscles. Additionally, the anti-inflammatory effects of the ginger and chamomile help your muscles recover more quickly from activity. This faster recovery means you can gradually increase your activity level without experiencing excessive soreness or fatigue. Over time, this increased activity translates directly into stronger, more resilient leg muscles. The minerals in nettle leaf also support the actual muscle-building process. Magnesium is required for protein synthesis, potassium helps maintain proper muscle fiber function, and calcium is essential for muscle contractions. When these minerals are consistently available in optimal ratios, your muscles can maintain and even build strength more effectively than if you were relying on diet alone. To maximize the muscle-strengthening effects of this tea, I recommend pairing it with a simple 5-minute routine that you can do right after drinking your tea. This routine consists of 3 exercises that are safe and effective for people of all fitness levels. The first exercise is heel raises. Simply stand behind a chair for balance, rise up onto your toes, hold for 2 seconds, then slowly lower back down. Start with 2 sets of 10 repetitions and gradually work up to 2 sets of 15. This exercise strengthens your calf muscles and improves circulation in your lower legs. The second exercise is toe flexing. Sit in a chair and extend one leg straight out in front of you. Flex your foot by pulling your toes back toward your shin. Hold for 5 seconds, then point your toes. Repeat 12 times on each leg for 2 sets. This exercise strengthens the muscles in the front of your shins and stretches your calf muscles, helping prevent the muscle imbalances that can lead to cramps. The third exercise is wall calf stretches. Stand arm's length from a wall. Place your palms against the wall and step your right foot back about 2 feet. Keep your right leg straight and your heel on the ground. Then lean forward until you feel a stretch in your right calf. Hold for 30 seconds, then switch legs. This stretch helps maintain flexibility in your calf muscles and improves circulation. Performing these exercises after drinking your tea takes advantage of the improved circulation and mineral support. The tea provides, making the exercises more effective while reducing the risk of exercise-induced cramps. In addition to the tea and exercises, there's a simple hydration strategy that can dramatically reduce your risk of leg cramps. I call it the anti-cramp hydration trio, and it consists of your herbal tea, electrolyte-enhanced water throughout the day, and evening stretches. For the electrolyte-enhanced water, simply add a few drops of fresh lemon juice and a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt to your regular water. This provides natural electrolytes without the artificial ingredients and excessive sugar found in many commercial sports drinks. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of this lightly enhanced water throughout the day. The key is to monitor your urine color. If your urine is very light yellow or nearly clear for several hours in a row, you may actually be overhydrated and flushing out important electrolytes. In this case, increase your electrolyte intake slightly by adding a bit more lemon and salt to your water. Evening stretches are the final component of this trio. Spend just 5 minutes before bed doing gentle stretches for your calves, hamstrings, and hip flexors. These stretches help prevent the muscle tightness that can develop during sleep and trigger nighttime cramps. Now, let me address some important safety considerations and contraindications. While this tea is generally very safe for most people, there are some situations where you should exercise caution or avoid it altogether. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, talk to your doctor before using this tea regularly. Both nettle and ginger can have mild blood-thinning effects, and while this is generally beneficial for circulation, it could potentially interact with prescription anticoagulants. People with kidney disease should be cautious with nettle leaf due to its high mineral content. If you have any form of kidney dysfunction, consult with your healthcare provider before adding this tea to your routine. If you have diabetes, monitor your blood sugar carefully when you first start drinking this tea, especially if you add honey. Chamomile can have mild blood sugar lowering effects in some people, which is generally beneficial but might require adjustment of diabetes medications. Those with low blood pressure should start with smaller amounts of ginger, as it can have a mild blood pressure lowering effect. Begin with just 1 or 2 slices of ginger per cup and monitor how you feel. If you develop any signs of allergic reaction such as itching, hives, or difficulty breathing, discontinue use immediately and seek medical attention. While allergies to these herbs are rare, they can occur. Pregnant or breastfeeding women should avoid nettle leaf, as it can stimulate uterine contractions. Chamomile and ginger in small amounts are generally considered safe during pregnancy, but it's always best to consult with your healthcare provider. If this particular combination doesn't agree with you, there are several alternatives that can provide similar benefits. Chamomile tea by itself is excellent for nighttime cramps due to its antispasmodic properties. Fennel tea has both antispasmodic and digestive benefits. Peppermint tea can provide muscle-relaxing effects and is particularly helpful if you have digestive issues that might be contributing to mineral malabsorption. Lemon balm tea is another excellent option for nighttime cramps, as it combines mild sedative effects with antispasmodic properties. Avoid hibiscus tea if you already have low blood pressure or are taking diuretics, as it can lower blood pressure further and has mild diuretic effects. Let me share some real-world results that people have experienced with this tea. Margaret, a 67-year-old grandmother from Ohio, had been suffering from severe nighttime leg cramps for over 3 years. She was waking up 2 to 3 times per week with cramps so painful they would leave her limping the next day. After just 1 week of drinking this tea before bed, she noticed a significant reduction in both the frequency and intensity of her cramps. After 1 month, she was experiencing cramps less than once per week, and after 3 months, she could count on one hand the number of cramps she'd had. Robert, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Florida, had given up his evening walks because he was afraid of getting cramps while out walking. He started drinking the tea 30 minutes before his walks and gradually worked back up to walking 2 miles per day. Not only did his cramps disappear, but he also noticed that his legs felt stronger and more stable during his walks. These results aren't unusual. Most people who consistently use this tea report noticeable improvements within the first week, with maximum benefits typically achieved within 4 to 6 weeks of regular use. However, it's important to understand that this tea is just one component of a comprehensive approach to preventing leg cramps and maintaining strong legs as you age. The tea provides the foundation by supplying essential minerals and improving circulation, but you also need to address other factors that contribute to muscle cramps. Diet plays a crucial role in preventing leg cramps. In addition to drinking, The tea. Focus on eating foods rich in magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Dark leafy greens like spinach and kale are excellent sources of magnesium. Bananas, potatoes, and avocados provide potassium. Dairy products, canned salmon with bones, and fortified plant milks supply calcium. But here's something many people don't realize. The timing of when you eat these foods matters. Eating a small portion of magnesium-rich foods in the evening can help prevent nighttime cramps. Try having a small handful of pumpkin seeds, a few squares of dark chocolate, or a small portion of cooked spinach with dinner. Sleep position can also influence leg cramps. Sleeping with your feet slightly elevated can improve circulation and reduce the risk of cramps. You can achieve this by placing a small pillow or rolled towel under your ankles. Also, try to avoid sleeping in positions that restrict blood flow to your legs, such as lying on your side with one leg crossed over the other for extended periods. Temperature regulation is another factor that's often overlooked. Both excessive heat and cold can trigger muscle cramps. If you tend to get hot at night, use breathable bedding and keep your bedroom cool. If you tend to get cold, make sure your legs stay warm with appropriate sleepwear or blankets, but avoid overheating. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes that people make when trying to prevent leg cramps, because avoiding these mistakes can significantly improve your results with the tea. The first mistake is inconsistent hydration throughout the day. Many people drink very little water during the day and then try to catch up by drinking large amounts in the evening. This flood and drought approach is actually worse for preventing cramps than maintaining steady hydration levels throughout the day. Your goal should be to drink small amounts of fluid regularly rather than large amounts infrequently. The second mistake is consuming too much caffeine, especially in the afternoon and evening. While moderate caffeine consumption in the morning is fine for most people, caffeine later in the day can interfere with both sleep quality and mineral absorption. If you're experiencing frequent leg cramps, try limiting caffeine intake after 2 p.m. The third mistake is remaining sedentary for long periods without moving your ankles and calves. When you sit for extended periods, blood can pool in your lower legs, increasing the risk of cramps. Make it a habit to flex and point your feet and rotate your ankles every hour when you're sitting for long periods. The fourth mistake is eating dinner very late or eating foods that are difficult to digest in the evening. Poor digestion can interfere with mineral absorption and lead to uncomfortable bloating that can affect your sleep position and breathing, both of which can contribute to leg cramps. The fifth mistake is taking diuretics or drinking diuretic teas without replacing the minerals that are lost. If you're taking prescription diuretics, work with your doctor to monitor your mineral levels. If you enjoy diuretic teas like dandelion or corn silk, make sure you're also consuming foods or supplements that replace lost minerals. Let me address some common myths and misconceptions about leg cramps, because understanding the truth about what causes cramps will help you use this tea more effectively. Myth number 1. Leg cramps are just a normal part of aging that you have to accept. This is absolutely false. While the risk factors for leg cramps do increase with age, the cramps themselves are not inevitable. With proper nutrition, hydration, and circulation support, most people can significantly reduce or eliminate leg cramps regardless of age. Myth number 2. Eating a banana will immediately stop a leg cramp. While bananas do contain potassium, which is important for muscle function, the potassium from a banana takes hours to be absorbed and utilized by your muscles. Eating potassium-rich foods regularly is important for prevention, but it won't stop an acute cramp. Myth number 3. Calcium deficiency is the most common cause of leg cramps. While calcium is important for muscle function, magnesium and potassium deficiencies are actually much more common causes of leg cramps, especially in people over 50. This is why the nettle leaf in our tea is so effective. It provides all three minerals in proper ratios. Myth number 4. You should just push through the pain and stretch a cramping muscle. This can actually make the cramp worse and potentially cause injury. Instead, gently massage the cramping muscle and apply heat if possible. Once the acute cramp subsides, then gentle stretching can help prevent it from returning. Myth number 5. Herbal teas are just placebos and don't have real physiological effects. This couldn't be further from the truth. The herbs in our anti-cramp tea contain bioactive compounds that have been scientifically studied and shown to have real effects on muscle function, circulation, and mineral balance. The fact that they're natural doesn't make them less effective than synthetic alternatives. Now, let me give you some specific guidance on how to modify this tea recipe for different health conditions and preferences. If you have a sensitive stomach, start with half the amount of ginger and gradually increase as tolerated. You can also try using crystallized ginger instead of fresh, as some people find it easier to digest. If you don't enjoy the taste of nettle, you can substitute it with red raspberry leaf, which also provides minerals but has a more pleasant, fruity flavor. However, nettle is more potent, so you may need to drink the tea more frequently or for a longer period to achieve the same results. If you have trouble sleeping even with chamomile, try substituting lemon balm or passion flower. Both of these herbs have stronger sedative effects than chamomile while still providing antispasmodic benefits. For people who prefer cold beverages, the iced version of this tea can be just as effective. In fact, some people find that sipping cold tea throughout the day provides better prevention than drinking hot tea all at once. Experiment with both methods to see what works best for you. If you're traveling or don't have access to fresh ingredients, you can make a concentrated version of this tea by using double the amount of herbs and half the amount of water. Store this concentrate in small bottles and dilute with hot or cold water as needed. Let's talk about what you can expect in terms of timeline and results. Most people notice some improvement in sleep quality within the first few days of drinking this tea regularly. The chamomile begins working almost immediately to promote relaxation and better sleep. Mineral repletion takes a bit longer. You may start noticing fewer cramps within the first week, but it typically takes 2 to 4 weeks of consistent use to fully replenish depleted mineral stores and achieve maximum cramp prevention. The muscle strengthening effects are more gradual and depend on how active you are in addition to drinking the tea. Most people who combine the tea with regular gentle exercise notice improved strength and stability within 4 to 6 weeks. Circulation improvements can be felt relatively quickly. Many people report that their feet feel warmer and less tingly within a few days of starting the tea, especially the evening dose before bed. It's important to keep a simple log during your first month of using this tea. Note the frequency and severity of any cramps you experience, your sleep quality, your energy levels during the day, and any changes in your ability to walk or exercise. This information will help you fine-tune the timing and dosage of your tea for optimal results. Some people find that they need the tea more during certain times of the year. Winter months, when we tend to be less active and get less sunlight, may require more frequent dosing. Summer months, when we're more active and may lose more minerals through sweating, might also require adjustments. Hormonal changes can also affect your tea needs. Women going through menopause may find they need to drink the tea more frequently due to hormonal effects on mineral absorption and muscle function. Men with low testosterone may also benefit from more frequent dosing. Now, let's discuss some warning signs that indicate you should see a doctor rather than trying to self-treat with herbal remedies. If you experience severe leg pain with swelling, heat, and redness in one leg, this could indicate a blood clot and requires immediate medical attention. If your leg cramps are accompanied by progressive muscle weakness or loss of sensation, this could indicate a neurological problem that needs medical evaluation. If you develop cramps after starting a new medication, contact your doctor to discuss potential adjustments. sudden onset of frequent, severe cramps in someone who has never had them before, especially if accompanied by other symptoms like fatigue, changes in appetite, or unexplained weight loss, should be evaluated by a healthcare provider. If you're consistently doing everything right, drinking the tea, staying hydrated, eating well, and staying active, but your cramps are getting worse rather than better, there may be an underlying medical condition that needs attention. Let me share some advanced tips for people who want to take their cramp prevention to the next level. Consider adding a small amount of apple cider vinegar to your morning water. The acetic acid can help improve mineral absorption throughout the day, making your evening tea more effective. Dry brushing your legs before showering can help improve lymphatic drainage and circulation. Use a natural bristle brush and brush in long strokes from your feet toward your heart. This simple practice takes just 2 minutes but can significantly improve circulation in your lower legs. Consider the timing of your largest meal. Eating your biggest meal at lunch rather than dinner can improve digestion and mineral absorption while preventing the digestive stress that can contribute to nighttime cramps. If you live in a cold climate, keep your legs warm during the day, not just at night. Poor circulation from cold exposure can set the stage for evening cramps even if you do everything else right. Pay attention to your stress levels. Chronic stress depletes magnesium and can contribute to muscle tension and cramping. Consider adding stress reduction techniques like deep breathing, gentle yoga, or meditation to your routine. For people who are very physically active or who work in hot environments, you may need to increase both the frequency of your tea consumption and your electrolyte replacement. Active seniors who garden, golf, or participate in other regular physical activities often benefit from drinking the tea both before and after their activities. If you take medications that affect mineral levels, such as diuretics, proton pump, inhibitors, or certain antibiotics, you may need to drink this tea more frequently or for longer periods to achieve the same results. Work with your healthcare provider to monitor your mineral levels if you're on medications that affect absorption or excretion. Consider seasonal variations in your tea routine. During summer months, when you're more likely to sweat and lose minerals, you might benefit from adding a pinch of sea salt to your tea or drinking it more frequently. During winter months, when circulation naturally slows down, you might want to emphasize the ginger content or drink the tea warm rather than cold. Let's talk about how to know if this tea is working for you beyond just counting cramps. Improved sleep quality is often the first sign. You may find yourself sleeping more deeply and waking up more refreshed. Increased energy during the day is another early indicator, as better sleep and improved mineral status naturally boost energy levels. You might notice that your legs feel less heavy or tired during daily activities. Many people report that climbing stairs becomes easier, or that they can walk longer distances without fatigue. Your balance may improve as your leg muscles become stronger and more responsive. Pay attention to your mood and mental clarity as well. Mineral deficiencies can affect cognitive function. So many people notice improved mental sharpness when they start addressing mineral imbalances with this tea. Some people notice changes in their skin and nail health as circulation improves and mineral status is optimized. Better circulation means more nutrients reach all your tissues, not just your muscles. If you're someone who tends to get cold feet, you may notice that your feet stay warmer, especially at night. This is a good sign that circulation is improving throughout your lower extremities. For people who are interested in the science behind why this tea works so well, let me explain some of the specific mechanisms involved. Nettle leaf contains compounds called lignans that help improve insulin sensitivity, which can affect how well your muscles utilize glucose and maintain energy stores. This is particularly important for preventing the fatigue that can make muscles more prone to cramping. The flavonoids in nettle, particularly quercetin and kaempferol, have been shown to have anti-inflammatory effects specifically in muscle tissue. They also help protect against oxidative stress, which can damage muscle fibers and make them more likely to cramp. Chamomile contains apigenin, which binds to benzodiazepine receptors in the brain and has a mild sedative effect. But it also contains compounds that work directly on muscle tissue to reduce excitability and promote relaxation. The compound bisabolol has been shown to have anti-inflammatory and antispasmodic properties. Ginger's active compounds, gingerols, and shogaols work on multiple pathways to reduce inflammation and improve circulation. They inhibit the production of inflammatory prostaglandins while promoting the production of compounds that dilate blood vessels and improve blood flow. The combination of these three herbs creates what herbalists call a synergistic effect, where the combined action is greater than the sum of the individual effects. The minerals from the nettle are more easily absorbed in the presence of the other compounds, while the anti-inflammatory effects are enhanced when all three herbs are used together. Now, let me give you a detailed troubleshooting guide for common issues people encounter when using this tea. If you find the taste unpalatable, start by reducing the nettle content by half and gradually increasing it as you get used to the flavor. You can also try adding more honey or lemon, or drinking the tea cold, which many people find more palatable. If you experience stomach upset, try drinking the tea with a small snack rather than on an empty stomach. You can also reduce the ginger content initially and gradually increase it as your stomach adjusts. If you're not seeing results within 2 weeks, consider whether you're drinking the tea consistently and at the right times. Many people forget doses or drink the tea at suboptimal times. Consider setting reminders on your phone or linking your tea consumption to existing habits like watching the evening news. If you're still experiencing frequent cramps despite drinking the tea regularly, look at other factors that might be contributing. Are you getting enough overall fluid intake? Are you eating enough mineral-rich foods? Are you taking any medications that might be interfering with mineral absorption? Some people need to experiment with the timing of their tea consumption. If drinking it before bed causes you to wake up frequently to urinate, try drinking it earlier in the evening. If morning consumption works better for your schedule, that's fine too, although evening consumption is generally more effective for nighttime cramps. If you travel frequently, prepare individual servings in small bags or containers so you can maintain your routine even when you're away from home. Most hotels can provide hot water, and you can prepare cold versions in your hotel room if necessary. For people who are interested in growing their own herbs for this tea, nettle is relatively easy to grow in most climates. It prefers partial, shade and moist soil and can be harvested throughout the growing season. Always wear gloves when harvesting fresh nettle and dry it thoroughly before using. Chamomile is also easy to grow and makes a beautiful addition to any garden. It prefers full sun and well-drained soil, and the flowers can be harvested when they're fully open and dried for year-round use. Ginger can be grown in containers in most climates, although it requires warm temperatures and high humidity. If you live in a cold climate, you can grow ginger indoors or in a greenhouse. Having your own supply of herbs ensures freshness and potency, and many people find that homegrown herbs are more effective than store-bought versions. However, if growing your own isn't practical, make sure to buy herbs from reputable sources and store them properly to maintain their potency. Let me address some questions that come up frequently about this tea. People often ask if they can drink it indefinitely, and the answer is generally yes for most people. The herbs in this tea are nutritive rather than medicinal in the sense that they provide nutrients your body needs rather than forcing physiological changes. However, it's always good practice to take periodic breaks from any herbal routine to allow your body to maintain its natural balance. Consider taking a week off every few months to assess whether you still need the tea or if your underlying mineral status has improved enough that you can reduce the frequency. People also ask if they can give this tea to their pets. While the Individual herbs are generally safe for dogs and cats in small amounts. The concentrations used in this tea may be too strong for pets. If you want to help a pet with muscle issues, consult with a veterinary herbalist who can recommend appropriate dosages. Another common question is whether children can drink this tea. While the herbs are generally safe, children's mineral needs are different from adults, and they're less likely to experience the type of leg cramps this tea is designed for. If a child is experiencing muscle cramps, it's important to have them evaluated by a pediatrician to rule out any underlying conditions. People often wonder if they can combine this tea with other herbal remedies or supplements. In general, this tea can be safely combined with most other herbs and supplements, but there are a few exceptions. If you're taking iron supplements, drink this tea at least 2 hours away from your iron dose, as some compounds in the herbs can interfere with iron absorption. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or blood clotting, monitor yourself carefully when you first start the tea and keep your healthcare provider informed. While interactions are rare, it's always better to be cautious. Some people ask about using tea bags versus loose herbs. While tea bags are more convenient, loose herbs are generally more potent because they haven't been processed as extensively. If you do use tea bags, look for high-quality organic brands and use 2 bags instead of 1 to ensure adequate potency. The question of organic versus conventional herbs comes up frequently as well. While conventional herbs can be effective, organic herbs are preferable because they're less likely to contain pesticide residues and are often more potent. This is especially important for nettle leaf, which can accumulate environmental contaminants. Storage is another important consideration. Store your dried herbs in airtight containers away from light and heat to maintain their potency. Properly stored herbs can remain effective for up to 2 years, although they're most potent in the first year after drying. If you notice that your herbs have lost their color, aroma, or flavor, it's time to replace them. Fresh, potent herbs should have a strong, characteristic smell and vibrant color. Let me share with you some specific success stories that illustrate different ways this tea can help. Dorothy, an 84-year-old from Michigan, had been dealing with severe nighttime leg cramps for over 5 years. She had tried everything her doctor suggested: magnesium supplements, prescription muscle relaxants, even quinine, but nothing provided consistent relief. She was skeptical about trying an herbal remedy, but decided to give this tea a chance after her daughter found information about it online. Within just 3 days of drinking the tea before bed, Dorothy noticed that her cramps were less severe when they did occur. After 2 weeks, she was only experiencing cramps about once a week instead of every other night. But the real breakthrough came after about a month when she realized she had gone 10 days without a single cramp, the longest stretch she'd had in years. What Dorothy found most remarkable wasn't just the reduction in cramps, but how much better she felt overall. She was sleeping through the night consistently for the first time in years, which meant she had more energy during the day. She started taking longer walks around her neighborhood and even began volunteering at her local library again, something she had stopped doing because she was too tired from poor sleep. 6 months later, Dorothy reports that she rarely experiences cramps, and when she does, they're mild and brief. She's maintained her tea routine and says she has no intention of stopping because she feels so much better overall. Then there's Frank, a 68-year-old retired construction worker from Texas. Frank's leg cramps were different from Dorothy's. His occurred primarily during or after physical activity. He loved working in his garden and doing yard work, but he had gradually reduced these activities because he was afraid of triggering painful cramps in his calves and thighs. Frank started drinking the tea about 45 minutes before any planned physical activity, and he also drank a cup in the evening. The results were dramatic. Within just 1 week, he was able to work in his garden for hours without experiencing cramps. He gradually increased his activity level and found that not only were the cramps gone, but his legs felt stronger and more stable than they had in years. Frank's story illustrates an important point about this tea. It doesn't just prevent cramps, it actually enables you to be more active, which creates a positive cycle of increasing strength and confidence. As Frank became more active, his overall health improved, his balance got better, and he felt more confident in all his daily activities. Another success story comes from Maria, a 72-year-old grandmother from California who had been experiencing what she described as restless legs, in addition to occasional cramps. She would lie in bed at night with an uncomfortable feeling in her legs that made her want to move them constantly, which kept her awake and often led to cramps when she did finally drift off to sleep. Maria found that the tea helped with both issues. The chamomile helped calm the restless sensation in her legs, while the nettle and ginger prevented the cramps. After about 6 weeks of consistent use, both problems had essentially disappeared. She's now been using the tea for over a year and says it's been life-changing. These stories highlight something important about this tea. While the primary goal is preventing leg cramps, many people experience additional benefits that significantly improve their overall quality of life. Better sleep, increased energy, improved circulation, and greater confidence in physical activities are common side effects that make this tea valuable even beyond its cramp-preventing properties. Now, let me give you some guidance on how to track your progress and optimize your results. I recommend keeping a simple daily log for at least the first month. Each morning, note whether you experienced any cramps the night before, rate your sleep quality on a scale of 1 to 10, and note your overall energy level. Also, track when you drink your tea and any other relevant factors like your activity level, what you ate for dinner, your stress level, and any medications you took. This information will help you identify patterns and optimize your routine. For example, you might notice that you're more likely to get cramps on days when you eat dinner very late, or when you're particularly stressed, or when you forget to drink enough water during the day. Identifying these patterns allows you to make targeted adjustments to your routine. Some people find it helpful to use a smartphone app to track their symptoms and tea consumption. There are several apps designed for tracking chronic conditions that can be adapted for this purpose. However, a simple notebook or calendar works just as well. After the first month, you can reduce your tracking to just noting any cramps that occur and any changes in your overall well-being. This long-term tracking helps you understand your optimal tea routine and can alert you to any changes that might require adjustments. Let's talk about some advanced strategies for people who want to maximize their results. One technique that many people find helpful is temperature contrast therapy. After drinking your warm tea in the evening, spend a few minutes alternating between warm and cool water on your legs while you're taking your evening shower. Start with warm water on your legs for about 30 seconds, then switch to cooler water for 15 seconds. Repeat this 3 to 4 times, always ending with cool water. This temperature contrast helps improve circulation and can enhance the effects of the tea. Another advanced technique is incorporating gentle massage while you drink your tea. Use long, smooth strokes from your ankles toward your knees, applying light to moderate pressure. This combination of internal support from the tea and external stimulation from massage can be particularly effective for people with circulation issues. For those who are comfortable with it, dry needling or acupuncture can be an excellent complement to this tea routine. These therapies work on different mechanisms than the tea, but can provide synergistic benefits for people with chronic muscle cramping issues. Some people benefit from adding specific yoga poses to their routine. Child's pose, legs up the wall pose, and gentle spinal twists can all help improve circulation and reduce muscle tension when done regularly. These poses work particularly well when done about an hour after drinking your evening tea. Breathing exercises can also enhance the effects of this tea. Deep, slow breathing helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and can help prevent the stress-related muscle tension that contributes to cramping. Try the 4 to 7-8 breathing pattern. Inhale for 4 counts, hold For 7 counts, exhale for 8 counts, and repeat 4 times. Now, let me address some specific situations and how to modify your tea routine accordingly. If you're going through a period of high stress, you might benefit from drinking the tea twice daily and adding extra chamomile to your evening dose. Stress depletes magnesium rapidly and can make muscles more prone to cramping. If you're recovering from an illness or taking antibiotics, you may need to increase your tea consumption temporarily. Illness and certain medications can interfere with mineral absorption and deplete beneficial gut bacteria that help with nutrient utilization. During hot weather, when you're sweating more, consider adding a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt to your tea to help replace lost electrolytes. You might also need to drink the tea more frequently during heat waves or if you're spending a lot of time outdoors. If you're traveling, especially across time zones, maintaining your tea routine can help minimize the muscle cramps that sometimes occur with disrupted sleep patterns and changes in activity level. Consider packing individual servings of the herb mixture in small containers or bags. For people who work night shifts or have irregular sleep schedules, timing your tea consumption can be tricky. The key is to drink it during your wind-down period, whenever that occurs in your schedule. If you sleep during the day, drink your tea about 90 minutes before your usual sleep time, just as you would if you were sleeping at night. Let's discuss some complementary lifestyle changes that can enhance the effectiveness of this tea. Regular, gentle exercise is crucial, but the key word is gentle. You don't need to engage in intense workouts to see benefits. Simple activities like walking, swimming, tai chi, or gentle yoga can significantly improve circulation and muscle strength when combined with the tea. The timing of exercise matters too. Many people find that light exercise earlier in the day, combined with the tea routine, provides better results than exercising close to bedtime. However, gentle stretching or yoga in the evening can be beneficial when done an hour or more before sleep. Dietary considerations beyond just mineral intake can also make a difference. Eating smaller, more frequent meals can help maintain steady blood sugar levels, which can affect muscle function. Including a small amount of protein with each meal helps provide the amino acids your muscles need for maintenance and repair. Reducing inflammatory foods in your diet can complement the anti-inflammatory effects of the tea. This means limiting processed foods, excessive sugar, and foods high in omega-6 fatty acids while increasing omega-3 rich foods like fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds. Timing your largest meal earlier in the day, as I mentioned before, can improve digestion and nutrient absorption. This is particularly important for older adults whose digestive systems may not function as efficiently as they did when they were younger. Sleep hygiene is another crucial factor. In addition to drinking the tea, maintaining consistent sleep and wake times, keeping your bedroom cool and dark, and avoiding screens for at least an hour before bed can all improve sleep quality and reduce the likelihood of nighttime cramps. The position you sleep in can also affect your risk of leg cramps. Sleeping on your back with a pillow under your knees can help maintain good circulation in your legs. If you prefer sleeping on your side, place a pillow between your knees to keep your hips and spine aligned and prevent pressure on your legs. Some people find that wearing loose, comfortable sleepwear helps prevent cramps. Tight clothing can restrict circulation, especially around the waist and legs. Similarly, heavy blankets that press down on your feet can sometimes trigger foot cramps, so consider using lighter bedding or a blanket lifter to keep weight off your feet. Let me share some troubleshooting advice for specific scenarios. If you find that the tea helps with cramps but makes you feel too energized to sleep, try reducing the ginger content or switching to a caffeine-free chamomile-dominant version in the evening. You can still get the mineral benefits from Nettle by drinking a ginger Nettle version earlier in the day. If you experience digestive upset from the tea, consider whether you're drinking it too close to meals. Some people do better drinking herbal teas on an empty stomach, while others need to have them with food. Experiment with timing to find what works best for you. If you are not seeing results as quickly as you'd like, consider whether you might have underlying absorption issues. Conditions like celiac disease, Crohn's disease, or even age-related changes in stomach acid production can affect how well you absorb nutrients from food and herbs. If you suspect absorption issues, work with a healthcare provider to address these underlying problems. Sometimes people find that the tea works well for a few weeks and then seems to lose effectiveness. This can happen if your body's needs change or if you've been inconsistent with other lifestyle factors. Review your overall routine. Are you staying adequately hydrated? Are you getting enough sleep? Have you changed any medications? Are you under more stress than usual? For people who travel frequently for work or pleasure, maintaining consistency can be challenging. Consider investing in a small travel tea infuser and packing individual servings of your herb mixture. Many hotels can provide hot water, and you can prepare cold versions in your hotel room if necessary. If you're staying with family or friends who might not understand your tea routine, don't let social pressure derail your progress. Pack enough tea for your entire trip, and don't feel obligated to explain or justify your routine to others. Your health and well-being are more important than avoiding awkward conversations. Now, let's talk about long-term sustainability and when you might be able to reduce or modify your tea consumption. Many people find that after several months of consistent use, they can maintain their results with less frequent tea consumption. This often happens because the tea has helped restore proper mineral balance and improved circulation to the point where your body can maintain these improvements with less external support. However, the timeline for this varies significantly from person to person. Factors like age, overall health status, diet quality, activity level, and genetic predisposition all play a role in how long you might need to continue regular tea consumption. Some people find they can switch to drinking the tea just a few times per week after 6 months or so. Others prefer to maintain daily consumption because they feel so much better overall when they do. There's no right or wrong approach. The goal is to find what works best for your individual situation. Seasonal adjustments are common and perfectly normal. You might find you need the tea more frequently during winter months when you're less active, or during summer months when you're losing more minerals through sweating. Pay attention to your body's signals and adjust accordingly. It's also normal for your needs to change as you age, or if your health status changes. A new medication, a change in activity level, or even hormonal changes can affect how much support your muscles need from the tea. Let me address some concerns that people sometimes have about long-term herbal use. The herbs in this tea are nutritive rather than medicinal, meaning they provide nutrients your body needs rather than forcing physiological changes. This makes them generally safe for long-term use in most people. However, it's always wise to take periodic breaks from any routine to allow your body to maintain its natural balance. Consider taking a week off every few months to assess whether you still need the tea at your current frequency. Some people worry about becoming dependent on the tea, but this isn't really possible with these particular herbs. If you stop drinking the tea, you won't experience withdrawal symptoms. You might notice a gradual return of cramps if the underlying issues that cause them haven't been fully addressed. But this is simply a return to your baseline, not a rebound effect. If you do decide to reduce your tea consumption, do it gradually. Instead of stopping abruptly, try skipping 1 day per week for a few weeks, then 2 days per week, and so on. This allows you to gauge how much support you still need while avoiding any sudden return of symptoms. For people who are interested in the broader picture of healthy aging, this tea can be part of a comprehensive approach to maintaining mobility and independence as you get older. The minerals and circulation support provided by the tea don't just prevent cramps, they support overall muscle and bone health. Regular consumption of nettle leaf, for example, may help maintain bone density due to its high mineral content. The anti-inflammatory effects of chamomile and ginger may help protect against age-related inflammatory conditions that can affect mobility. The improved sleep quality that many people experience with this tea has far-reaching benefits for healthy aging. Better sleep supports immune function, cognitive health, hormone balance, and overall vitality. The increased confidence in physical activity that comes from not having to worry about cramps can lead to a more active lifestyle, which is one of the most important factors in healthy aging. Regular physical activity helps maintain muscle mass, bone density, cardiovascular health, and cognitive function. Let's talk about some red flags that would indicate you should see a healthcare provider, even if the tea is helping with your cramps. If you develop new symptoms like persistent fatigue, unexplained weight loss, or changes in appetite, these could indicate underlying conditions that need medical attention. If your cramps change character, for example, if they become much more severe, last longer, or are accompanied by other symptoms like numbness or weakness, this warrants medical evaluation. Similarly, if you develop cramps in new locations or patterns, it's worth having them checked out. Any signs of circulation problems beyond simple coldness, such as changes in skin color, persistent swelling, or wounds that won't heal, should be evaluated by a healthcare provider. While the tea can help improve circulation, serious circulation problems require medical treatment. If you're over 65 and haven't had a comprehensive health assessment in the past year, consider scheduling one, especially if you're dealing with new or worsening symptoms. Many conditions that can cause muscle cramps are easily treatable when caught early, but can become serious if left untreated. Now, let me share some final thoughts on maximizing your success with this tea routine. Consistency is absolutely key. It's better to drink a smaller amount of tea every day than to drink large amounts sporadically. Your muscles need steady nutritional support to function optimally. Keep realistic expectations. While many people notice improvements within the first week, it can take several weeks to achieve maximum benefits. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate dramatic changes. Remember that this tea is just one component of a healthy lifestyle. It works best when combined with adequate hydration, good nutrition, appropriate physical activity, and good sleep hygiene. Don't hesitate to make adjustments to the recipe based on your individual needs and preferences. If you don't like the taste, find ways to make it more palatable rather than giving up entirely. If certain ingredients don't agree with you, try substitutions. Consider this tea routine as an investment in your long-term health and quality of life. The time and effort you put into preparing and drinking the tea is minimal compared to the benefits you're likely to experience in terms of better sleep, reduced pain, increased confidence in physical activities, and overall improved well-being. Finally, be patient with yourself and with the process. Changing long-standing patterns in your body takes time, but the results are usually well worth the wait. Many people who start this tea routine find that it becomes an enjoyable part of their daily routine rather than a chore, especially once they start experiencing the benefits. Remember that every small step you take toward better health matters. Drinking this tea regularly, staying hydrated, doing gentle exercises, and maintaining good sleep habits might seem like small things, but together they can make a tremendous difference in your quality of life as you age. The goal isn't just to prevent leg cramps, although that's certainly important. The goal is to maintain your mobility, independence, and confidence so you can continue doing the things you love for as long as possible. This simple tea routine can be an important tool in helping you achieve that goal. I hope this information has been helpful and that you'll give this tea a try. Remember to start slowly, be consistent, and pay attention to how your body responds. With time and patience, most people find significant relief from leg cramps and often discover additional benefits they weren't expecting. Stay strong, stay active, and remember that age is just a number. It doesn't have to limit what you can do or how well you can feel. This tea can be your partner in maintaining the strong, healthy legs you need to live life to the fullest, no matter what your age.